Welcome to PATRIOTS IAS Academy. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe. There are other subject-wise videos are available in our playlist. Try to watch all those videos. It will definitely help you in your preparations. The question is this. The freedom of expression enshrined under Article 19(1) of the Constitution is not an absolute right. It comes with safeguards outlined under Article 19(2). What are the safeguards? Discuss their need and significance. So first we have to write about the freedom of speech and expression, which means the right to express one's own opinions freely through speech, writing, printing, pictures, or any other mode. In India, under Article 19(1) of the Constitution of India guarantees to all citizens the right to freedom of speech and expression. However, this freedom is not absolute, and by Article 19(2), reasonable restrictions can be imposed on the exercise of this right for certain purposes. So first we can discuss the significance of freedom of speech and expression enshrined under Article 19(1) of the Constitution. First one, societal good, liberty to express opinions and ideas without hindrance and especially without fear of punishment plays a significant role in the development of a particular society and ultimately for the state. It is one of the most important fundamental liberties guaranteed against state suppression or regulation. 2. Self-development. Free speech is an integral aspect of each individual's right to self-development and fulfillment. Restrictions inhibit our personality and its growth. The reflective mind, conscious of options and the possibilities for growth. Freedom of speech is also closely linked to other fundamental freedoms. Thus, for full-fledged development of a personality, freedom of speech and expression is highly essential. Third one, democratic value. Freedom of speech is the bulwark of democratic government. This freedom is essential for the proper functioning of democratic process as it allows people to criticize the government. In a democracy, freedom of speech and expression open up channels for free discussion of issues. Freedom of speech plays a crucial role in the information of public opinion on social, political, economic matters. Fourth one, ensures pluralism. Freedom of speech reflects and reinforces pluralism, ensuring the diversity is validated and promote the self-esteem of those who follow particular lifestyle. So this is the first. So our question was, the freedom of expression enshrined under Article 19(1) of the Constitution is not an absolute right. So first we discussed about the Article 19(1). Second part we will come to discuss, that is it comes safeguards outlined under Article 19(2). So we will discuss Article 19(2). Next, the safeguard outlined under Article 19(2), that's reasonable restriction imposed. First one, why the reasonable restriction imposed? First one, interest of sovereignty and integrity of India. Sovereignty and integrity of India as ground under Article 19(2) was added by the 16th Constitutional Amendment Act. This was a reaction of the Indian situation prevailing in different parts of the country. Its objective is giving appropriate powers to impose restrictions against those individuals or organizations who want to make secession from India or disintegration of India as political purpose for fighting elections. Second one, the security of the state. The term security of states refers only to serious and aggravated forms of public order, example rebellion, waging war against the state, insurrection, and not ordinary breaches of public order and public safety. This speech is an expression on the part of an individual which incite or to encourage the commission of violent crimes such as murder or matters which would undermine the security of state. Third one, friendly relation with foreign states. This ground was added by the First Amendment Act 1981. The object behind this provision is to prohibit unrestrained malicious propaganda against a foreign friendly state, which may jeopardize the maintenance of good relations between India and that state. It is to be noted that members of the Commonwealth, including Pakistan, is not a foreign state for the purpose of this constitution. The result is that freedom of speech and expression cannot be restricted on the grounds that the matter is adverse to Pakistan. Fourth one, decency or morality, section 292 to 294, the IPC provide instance of restriction on the freedom of speech and expression in the interest of decency or morality. These sections prohibit the sale or distribution or exhibit of obscene words, etc. in public spaces. The standard of morality varies from time to time and from place to place. Contempt of court. Restriction on the freedom of speech and expression can be imposed if it exceeds the reasonable and fair limit, amounts to contempt of court. According to section 2 of contempt of court, it may be either civil contempt or criminal contempt. Defamation or incitement to an offense. A statement which injures a man's reputation amounts to defamation. Defamation consists of exposing a man to hatred, ridicule or contempt. Civil law relating to defamation is still uncodified in India and subject to certain exceptions. So, and this part is need and significance of these safeguards, that is Article 19(2). First one, social balance. In modern states, absolute and unrestricted individual rights cannot be exist. Freedom is more purposeful if it is coupled with responsibility. Like any other freedom, the freedom of speech and expression has to be balanced with other social values. Liberty of an individual is not absolute and subject to common good for all. Second one, public interest. Certain permitted private restraints and restrictions on freedom of speech and expression are made in collective interest of society. Freedom of speech and expression has to be reconciled with the collective interest of the society, which is known as public interest. Third one, others' right. The freedom of speech and expression is inherently restricted by the rights of other individuals of society. Any speech that can harm a group of people and their rights need to be restricted by the state. In Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India case, court held that the reasonable restriction should be such others' rights should not be hindered or affected by the acts of one man. Fourth, state security. Restrictions are needed in order to safeguard state security and its sovereignty. A speech may lead to secessionist tendencies and can be used against state as a tool to spread hatred. Reasonable restriction ensure security of the state and its citizens. So ascertain reasonable restrictions by this case. Try to go through this. First one, non-arbitrary. The phrase reasonable restriction connotes that the limitation imposed upon a person in the enjoyment of a right should not be arbitrary or an excessive nature. Second one, nature of restriction. In determining the reasonableness of statute, the court should see both the nature of the restriction and procedure prescribed by the statute for the enforcing the restriction on the individual freedom. Not only substantive but also procedural provision of statute also enter into the verdict of the reasonableness. Third one, objectivity. The reasonableness of the restriction has to be determined in an objective manner and from the standpoint of the interest of the general public and not from the point of view of persons upon whom the restrictions are imposed upon abstract consideration. Fourth one, enforcing directive principles of state policy. A restriction that is imposed for securing the objects laid down in the directive principles of state policy may regard as reasonable restrictions. So finally we can write the conclusion. India is a democracy and citizens have constitutionally guaranteed right to freedom of speech and expression, which they can enforce the Indian court system. The people of India gave to themselves the Constitution of India and provide for freedom of speech and expression to ensure free and equal society. The judiciary has upheld the restriction that can be imposed, but to have also held that government's interference in this right has to also to keep it check. Freedom of expression is among the most fundamental, among the foremost of human rights. Right. So it was a lengthy video. If you like the video, please subscribe our channel. Please share the video with your friends. There are subject-wise videos are available in our playlist. Try to watch all those videos. It will definitely help you in your preparations. Thanks for watching.